Logan Nielsen here. Thanks for joining me here in my office. And by office, I mean desk I pulled into my bedroom. This Sunday, May 8th, 2016, Year of the Monkey, according to Chinese Zodiac, is Mother's Day. But you know what else is on Sundays? Game of Thrones is on Sundays. Now, obviously you love your mom. You're going to give her a call or send her a card, maybe a gift. Some of you, though, might even go over to her house, hang out for the evening, have dinner. But that night, Game of Thrones is going to be on. Now, you love your mom, you love Game of Thrones, but you really shouldn't combine the two. It's going to be tempting, I know, because you're going to be like, well, this is a win-win for me. I get to spend time with my mom / appease her, and I get to watch my favorite show on HBO. Go. Multiple birds with one large rock. But you're not going to want to do that, because Game of Thrones is full of a lot of stuff that's going to make you feel weird sitting next to your mom. Now, I understand if your mom's the squirmish type and then a throat gets slit in the show and she all covers up. That's fun. That makes it more fun. But surprising graphic violence is just one of the things that Game of Thrones is known for. Another thing it's known for is, fucking. And it's never just implied banging. It's always right there. Or at least, just boobs. Just boobs in scenes. Just popping in to say hi, even when the scene doesn't need it. Usually when the scene doesn't need it. Now, I haven't lived at home since Game of Thrones has been on, so I've never had to watch Game of Thrones with my mother. However, I do remember watching movies in high school that had sex scenes in them in the comfort of my living room with my parents, and sweet shit, that was weird. And some of those were even tame, just PG-13 sex scenes, Everyone's still got clothes on, it's just, that's not how I look when I do it. But Game of Thrones sex scenes are just a whole new level of awkward family time. And I don't just mean that a lot of them are incestuous. A lot of those scenes aren't of just sexing, they're of family sexing. And that's not something you want to think about on Mother's Day. You don't want the presence of your mother, who you love, to ruin the show for you. I mean, think about it. Think about Melisandre. Yeah, her. Fiery redhead. I mean, literally, there's fire's her thing. What does Melisandre do in pretty much every scene she's ever been in? That's right. Just drops her robe. Just, even when she's by herself, it's just, You don't want that while you're sitting next to your mom. You want that when you're alone, in the dark, shamefully. What if this Sunday's episode is a Ramsay-heavy episode? I mean, come on, everything that guy does is uncomfortable. I don't want to get into any spoilers at all, but think of that thing he did. Now, you all thought of different things, and guess what? You're all right. You don't want to watch any of those moments with your mom. Even in a scene where he's not doing something terrible and just talks to somebody, it's always ugh. Dialogue scenes with Ramsay just feel like assault. And honestly, even if you cut out the scenes of nudity and graphic sex and violence, there's still just weird shit to watch with your mom. Think about any scene with Tyrion and Varys. What are they always talking about? They're always talking about how Varys is a eunuch. Which, side note, Game of Thrones, we get it. We get that Varys has no dick. We don't need to say it every single line to him. We understand. You are just beating a dead horse at this point. A dead, castrated horse. I mean, you wouldn't like it in a comedy if there was only dick jokes. And in this show, there's nothing but lack of dick jokes. Even right there, with characters who aren't gross, you're just sitting there thinking about genital mutilation with your mom. In conclusion, just watch Game of Thrones later. I know you want to watch it that night, but watch it later, okay? Go home, leave your mom's house, thank her for the HBO Go password, and then watch it later that night or the next day, okay? I know you love both Game of Thrones and your mom, so you think they should go together. No, keep them separate, okay? You can love them just as much as each other, but they need to be kept apart, okay? Separate but equal. That's not a phrase I should use. Separate but equal has never been good coming from white guys with shaved heads. Although here I am being worried about coming off as racist talking about a show that's had 3 black people on it the entire run. Anyway, this video doesn't really have an ending. This was a bad video. Da, 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 da. Seriously though, those writers are obsessed with calling out Varys's non-penis. Which, does that mean they're thinking about penises, or they're never thinking about penises? I don't know. Weird question.